Good morning, everybody. Look, I've been seeing a lot of interesting stuff these days. I don't know about you, but I have. Like, this is a wild world we live in. I thought it was wild before, honestly. I was having a great time. Even when things are tough, I'm still having a pretty good time. But lately, things have been like loony. See, I almost got hit talking to y'all. Oh, there they go. Almost clipped me. Just like that, my day could have been over. It's a good thing I was having a good time talking to y'all. The story, enjoy your life. Mine just almost ended. Is anybody paying attention to any of the news going on? I know they shook us up with the fake news thing, where now it's pretty ingrained in us that the regular channels we grew up with, well, they're all fake. I mean, we thought we even had two sides, didn't we? I thought there was two parties. I thought that sometimes there was a third party. Well, there's not three parties, is it? There might not even be two parties. I mean, it may be that there's one dude going against everybody else with his posse. I never had a posse, but now he's making me wish I had one. 'Cause they're doing a whole bunch of stuff. But on the same token, I thought I seen where the last dude that was in his position, I thought that guy like got a promotion in his little boys club. What they call them dudes that build the buildings. They made him a master mason when he got out of office. What? That's pretty crazy. Well, right now I'm walking through the shadows, so if you can hear me, I guess you don't have to see me. Now I'm just playing. Everything's coming to light now. Okay, there we go. All right, so check it out. I don't have any new information for you. But what I have is common sense. And I'm not going to stand here and tell you I'm normal, because I'm far from normal. I'm pretty sure all that'll come to light too. What my goal is going to be is to connect the dots for you. And I'm going to make it so that you can feel comfortable by connecting the dots. See, what's going on is everybody's lost their way. You know, if you don't have evidence, then what do you know? Man, shut the fuck up. I don't need evidence to see what's plain and simply. You don't need any of that shit. You go with your gut feeling. Everybody wants to talk about, yeah, well, where'd you find that? Man, how about I don't need to tell you nothing? I'm just gonna tell you what I think and you deal with it. So the reason why you get fired up is because you think I'm right. So right there's your answer. Why don't you go look it up? All right? If you want to keep listening, I'm gonna connect all these dots. How about that? You know? Matter of fact, let's start with number one. You got 5 senses. Oh, that's real because you read it in the book. Well, somebody wrote that book and they lied. Okay? You got more than 5 senses. So there's your disclaimer right there. Why the f to give you any more evidence on anything else, being that it'll just come from something somebody else wrote? Well, what makes them know any more than any of us? That stuff was put into place so that you would think like that. And then you'd fall right into the trap. Listen to everything. I could have wrote a book too. I might even write one. I got several in the works. For all you know, half the books you wrote, or for all you know, the books you read, I wrote them. So don't ask me for any evidence. You know, I ask you why I gotta give you evidence. Who are you? You know, you gonna change the world, or you gonna sit there and ask me for evidence? Right? The evidence is all around you anyways. Look around. You know, get back to trusting your gut. Don't be a fool. This shit's real. It's happening right now. It's not happening later. It's happening right now. Okay, who's left that doesn't think some crazy shit's going on? Let's start with that. Here's what I think we know. You got these people that came to Earth, modified our DNA, giving us a worship gene or some craziness, made it so that we were like them, and we were a mix between what was on Earth and them. So we're basically them. has anybody thought about that that one secret organization, the Little Boys Club, that seems to be constantly in control of America, where all the streets and everything are that way? You know, it's all lined up like that. Has anybody ever thought that maybe where you got the actors and actresses and all that stuff out in Hollywood, that maybe that's not the only form of theater? Matter of fact, when there's a war going on, that's theater, right? Like, it's all right in front of our face all the time, all right? So just follow me for a second. So maybe each time one of the great cycles comes to an end, these people step up to lead this theater, and every time they do the same thing. You know, like kind of like they have the glass shards or whatever out in the desert, and those shards or whatever, I think somebody said they only form when there's been a nuclear blast. And you know, for those of y'all that are in the know on that type of stuff, as far as like the Pyramid Wars or whatever way back in the day, I mean, what if they do this every time right at the end? You know, they just are like, well, it's coming to an end anyways. I seen where Australia was made a black box to record the end of the world, the cataclysm. And you know how you got I got a couple more little dots to throw at you. You know how you got the different books in the Bible, even the ones that they don't put in the Bible, because look, what if each one of those is an account of a different time this has all happened? Like, how many times has this happened? You know, would they just find a playground at the bottom of the ocean that's like super, super old? Like, is nobody paying attention to, like, look, I mean, I really don't even know where to begin with the insanity that has gone on. Like, I quit watching the news again. I was all into it because, you know, I was all for Orange Man. And I'm not saying I'm against Orange Man now. I don't really know. I just know that, you know, he's in that same Little Boys Club. They're all in the same one. They were all on that flight list. And all that stuff goes under the rug. All of these people do whatever they want, and all of it gets swept under the rug, no matter which side they're on. And it brings me back to some stuff I heard. You know, again, I'm just trying to put all these dots together. You should too.